Hello everyone and welcome back to Mental Wellbeing. I'm Lauren Northey still from the TL group, and this is lesson 2 of the 5-course lesson. We've had lots of feedback, lots of very positive feedback. We've had a few questions that we've been able to answer and some great new ideas that people are implementing from the basic technique that I taught you last week. It just goes to show how amazing our minds are, because you get a basic technique and then your mind will go off and do it in a completely different way or some kind of adaptation, and it works fantastically well. So if that is you and you've put your own tweak on it, well done. Keep doing whatever's working. And if you're doing it and you're doing exactly as I told you, then congratulations to you, because that's fantastic too. So keep at it. And thank you for practicing all week. I'm really, really pleased. So just to recap of the course really quickly, 30 minutes. They're supposed to be about 7 days apart, but you can do them quicker, less days if you want. But 7 days is about right to see the benefits and to be able to notice what you're now not doing or what you are doing instead. There's a paper document available for every lesson, so you can print that out if you want, or I can post it to you, or you can take a copy of it on the screen if you want to. And we'll have a feedback form at the end of the course so that you can tell us honestly what you've thought, how you felt about it, what you're now doing differently, how it's positively benefited your life, and all of that will be graciously appreciated by myself and Tracy. So thank you in advance for that. Recap of the course aims: to identify your stress triggers. I'm sure you know those already, what makes you stressed and anxious, to be able to govern or have control of your thought patterns, be the boss, and to be able to practice one stress reduction technique effectively. You will have more than that, but just be able to do one is brilliant, and then you can add the other ones in. So this lesson is all about breaking the pattern. So what this does, it breaks the pattern of what you're already doing in your thinking, so that you can think differently, which makes you feel differently, which gives you different behaviours, thoughts and beliefs. So breaking the pattern. So each thought that you've had has been influenced by all of your previous experience up till this point. That includes outsourced influence and external views from other people and their beliefs and values. It could be religion, culture, the type of home, school and workplace environments that you've experienced up till now. It could be a particular group of friends that you had at some point that influenced the way that you thought. Maybe it was all of the things that you heard growing up, simple things like money doesn't grow on trees, or no one in our family's ever gone to university, so don't even think about it. There's lots of things. We're lucky in love but not in money. There's lots of things that go on that end up being installed as beliefs and thought patterns, and some of them we're aware of and some of them we're not. So can you think of any more examples of what might have influenced you to believe what you believe and think what you think? Write them down if you've got a pad, or just, it might be that you had a favourite uncle and you chose to believe what they believed instead of your brother. It could be that you went to a very, very strict school and they had very, very limited opportunity for you to be able to think outside the box or not follow the rules. So guess what? You believe everything that they believed because they kept telling it to you enough times, so you in the end believed it, because that's what happens in life. So have your own examples. I'm sure there's many, but whatever you think, whatever the thought that is that you have, then you absolutely believe that thought to be true, whether that's a beneficial or helpful thought or not. So whether that thought actually helps you in any way, shape or form is irrelevant. If you think it, you believe it, and because you believe it to be true, you'll picture it, experience it, sense it. It will give you that feeling, not a nice one if it's not a very good thought. And then that will affect the way that you act or you don't act. But the good news is, although you might have had these patterns for years, decades, yonks, the good news is that thoughts can be changed. You started with stop, 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 but they can be changed and you can begin to think differently. It doesn't matter if you're 5, 15, 25, 95, 105. Age is no limit. The change is no limit. If you want to, and you want to put new processes in place and practice these techniques, you can change your thoughts. So just be aware of who's influenced you up till now. The major thing to think about is whatever you think about, you believe it to be true. So in the fact that it's your thought, therefore it must be true. So the most effective way to change an unhelpful thought is to question it. And the way we do that is you write your thought down, or you say your thought, or you can record it into a smart device, say it aloud if you want to. And then you question that thought. So how do you know that it's true? What's your evidence? Where's your proof? How do you know that that is true? And then when you've got all your evidence of how you know that's true, you can then question the validity or the truth of your evidence. And when you do, that then creates doubt. And you can also identify examples of when that thought is not or may not be true. So that all sounds a bit wordy, but actually it's a very simple process. I'll give you an example in a moment. So state your thought, whatever your unhelpful thought is or your belief. For example, we're going to write it down. Then you're going to question it. How do I know it's true? Where's my evidence? What have I seen before? How do I know that's true? When have I experienced it? Are there any times when that hasn't been true? Is there anybody in the world that's never been true for? You just question the evidence of your truth until you create doubt in that belief. So an example would be this one. The thought is, I'm always in pain. How do I know? Because I feel pain now in my knee, and I feel pain when I walk long distances or when I walk on uneven pavements, or, God forbid, if I try to run. So I'm going to question that validity. Do I feel pain when I wake up? No. Does my knee hurt when I walk the dog over the park? No. Does my knee hurt when I'm watching TV? No, it doesn't. And by questioning and asking those questions and answering them, you've now established that it doesn't always hurt, does it? There are times when you're not in pain. Therefore, the belief I'm always in pain isn't true. So what are your examples? What examples do you have? What are you saying to yourself that's causing you to not be very happy or unconfident or upset and sad? Write them down. Put them in your notes on your phone. Speak them into your phone. Because we want you to start questioning them. create that doubt. Because if they're not true, then they can't be so powerful and they can't hurt so much. They can't be so influential. So that's what we want to do. Start creating doubt. Now, once you keep questioning the truthfulness of your thoughts, then they will begin to become less frequent and less powerful, and they could even disappear altogether. So if you start with a stop, stop, stop from last week's lesson, from lesson 1, and then follow with this lesson now, you can change your thought patterns, and you can do it with persistence and consistency. So you get the thought, stop, stop, stop. Get the thought, stop, stop, stop. Get the thought, stop, stop, stop. But they start becoming less frequent, and they start to begin to not affect you quite as much as they did before. But pick one of them that keeps popping up, or you know that you've got one that's holding you back from the thing that you want. And use that to do this technique. Again, don't use the worst thing that's ever happened to you, or the thing that's going to make you terribly upset if you think about it. Use a thought that's holding you back, but not the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your life. Like, I'll never get a job. Oh, I'll never get a job. And then use the questioning from the previous slide to cause doubt in that. A simple example is, I'll never get a job. Why? Who says that? Where's the proof in that? Have you had a job before? Yes, I have. Did you have a job before without any particular knowledge or experience? Yeah, I did. Yeah, from school, straight from school. Right. Have other people got jobs? Yes. Have other people managed to get jobs in this current situation or this time right now? Yes. Have people of your age got jobs? Yes. Have people of your sex got jobs? Yes. Have you ever gone for a job before and got the job? Yes. Okay. So it is possible that you could get a job then. Well, yeah, it's possible. And that's all you need. You just need that little chink of doubt that you can then continue to build upon. And when you do, then soon that belief that you thought was absolutely true and have been hanging on to will simply stop appearing. And then what you can do is you can think to yourself, well, what could I believe instead then? So the example being with the belief I'm always in pain, we've now realised that actually I'm not always in pain, because that knee's not always painful, because if I wake up in the morning, it doesn't hurt. If I go walking my dog over the park, it doesn't hurt. So we know that belief's now not true. So I'm always in pain isn't relevant anymore, is it? So I could now choose to believe that I am in pain if I overwork my knee, but with planning, I can be careful and avoid that. And that then gives me the power back. That then allows me, in this example, to be able to think, okay, I'm going to London tomorrow. So if I'm going to London tomorrow, I'll be getting on and off trains. I'll be walking a lot. So, and I may be on uneven ground, and I may even be standing. So I want to be wearing comfortable shoes. I want to work out the route, so I've got the best amount of walking, sitting, resting, moving. I want to take some things with me to make sure that I am hydrated, that I have the right amount of time so that I'm not running from one place to another. And I want to make sure that I manage my own energy so that I rest if or when I need to. And if I do all of those things, then I shouldn't have any pain in that knee. But if I don't do those things and go and wear, I don't know, shoes that I can only wear for 5 minutes because they hurt, and then I'm late, so I have to run in them as well, and I have to leap from one train to another, or I have to dash through crowds and maybe twist my knee, then yes, I'm going to hurt myself. But if I plan, then I can be careful and avoid all that, can't I? And that gives me the power back. And you can do that too. So another simple technique after the stop, stop, stop from lesson 1 and today's technique is to say to yourself aloud or in your head, I wonder what my next thought would be. And then just wait for the silent pause. And then ask again, what will my next thought be? And again, just wait for the silent pause. This very, very simple technique just allows your mind to quieten before it formulates and creates another thought. Simple, but very effective. Stop, stop, stop. I wonder what my next thought will be. And if you've got a busy mind, then the technique, the helps to quieten and slow it right down. Sleep clinics use this technique because it's really, really helpful at night time when you're trying to quieten your busy mind and turn down all the thoughts. So once you've done the stop, 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 and I wonder what my next thought will be. Silent pause. You could say to yourself, the, 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 the. Now it sounds a bit weird and wacky and a bit out there, doesn't it? But the thing is, your mind, because it's such a bland, putting other words together, doesn't really mean anything word, your mind doesn't really know what to do with it. So it doesn't, or isn't able to find a thought easily to go with the word. So just add this in. If you want to, as a technique to practice. But I would say if anybody is or has any difficulties going to sleep or waking up in the middle of the night and then not being able to go back to sleep, then why not give this technique a go? Da, 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 da. Really does quieten your mind quite significantly. You have a go. If there's any creative types out there, you could probably, do it in a mantra or an affirmation, or have some kind of frequency music behind it. Turn it into a chant. But for most of us, simply saying the will quieten your mind right down. So what have we learnt today? Well, we've had lots of feedback on the stop, stop, stop technique and how people are implementing that, and really seeing the positive difference that's doing in stopping them getting the same old thoughts, unhelpful thoughts over and over and over again. But again, the people that are getting the results are the people that are continuously putting the work in. It's not the ones that have said it once and then wonder why the thought comes back. Oh no, it's the people that are practicing. We've also learnt that if you question your thoughts, you can stop believing them and then stop having them. What happens is, when we believe something to be true, we then, without knowing it, search in our life experience for more evidence for that to be true. So an example would be, someone tells you you're going to London, and someone says, oh, terrible place, don't go there, everybody's horrible, no one's got any time for anybody, everybody's unfriendly, terrible place, don't go there. And guess what? You believe them, you go to London, everyone's dashing on the tube, the door's closed and no one holds it open for you, you're trying to get up the stairs and the people in front of you won't move. You fall out of the tube station in London, everyone's busy and barging into you and everything else, and you will automatically go, oh my God, they're so right. Terrible place. But on the flip side of that, if somebody said to you, oh, London, great place, really is, everyone's vibrant, there's always somebody a bit different, it's busy, but you can always find someone who's willing to help you out or give you a bit of time or a smile. And guess what? You go on the tube exactly the same as the other person, go on the tube with the belief that everyone's all right, it's busy, but it's okay. You get on the tube, you're just about to get on, but the door's kind of just closing and you're not quite in, and then somebody just keeps it open for you long enough to be able to get in. You're standing in the tube, you keep bumping into the person in front of you, and they give you a nice little, I know you can't do anything about it, smile. And then when you're all getting out the tube, at the end, that particular time, there's not a free-for-all, and someone kind of guards you so you can get out. They pave the way, make a human wall so you can get out and go to London. So you then arrive in London thinking, what a great place, people are lovely, it's busy, but you know what, I can deal with that, everyone's really nice. And all of those two scenarios could be, you know, they're you. It's just exactly what you think. And because we believe it to be true and we're looking for evidence everywhere, we really are, it really is, you know, you get what you think about. So you don't always get what you want, but I do believe that you get what you expect. So maybe start thinking about, what is it you're expecting? Are you expecting to have a bad day? Are you expecting things not to go right for you? Are you expecting other people to be luckier? Are you expecting, I don't know, to feel unhappy? Or are you open to the possibility that what you're believing at the moment may not be true? Are you open to the possibility that you can change things if you put practice and a bit of time and effort into it? Not a lot, because they're easy things to do, but you do need to put in a bit of time and effort. If you're the first one, then please do these techniques, and it really will stop you feeling that way. If you're the second one and you are open to doing things differently, then please, please, please keep practicing. Keep practicing, keep asking the questions, keep making doubts, keep stopping. Because the more you do it, the quicker the information gets to your mind, and the quicker your mind will stop giving you those thoughts. And once it does, there'll be room for better thoughts, thoughts that are helpful, will make you happier and healthier, more motivated and confident. So please do your homework, keep with stop, but introduce this new technique to create doubt and uncertainty in your thoughts. You don't have to add in the extras, they're just extras. But if you want to, and you feel that you're able and it's not going to overwhelm you or stop you from doing the first two techniques, then add them in. But please, practice every single day. Practice. I look forward to hearing your feedback, being able to speak to you about any questions or queries you've got, being able to guide you through even further. And I really look forward to seeing you in lesson 3. So goodbye from me, Laura Northey from TL Group. And I'll see you next time.